Hi there, this is Nicole Elissa, transformational love coach. I work with amazing people from all over the world who are ready to find their right person in life. And today I am going to give to you a video that is actually going to truly support you in knowing how to find the right one. So for over 5 years and more, actually, I've been working with amazing women from all over the world and attracting the right one. And now this year, I've been really also opening myself up to work with men too, because I do believe that the work of love is something that it's for everyone. I'm a big believer in love and women feeling really good about themselves, learning how to love themselves, to truly honor, respect, and really be open for that connection with a masculine partner. And the same for men. I believe that for men who are looking to meet the right person, who want to be more connected with themselves, like, this work is necessary. So make sure you watch this video until the very end, because this is a very important topic. Make sure you also subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this, because this is just the first video that I have for you on this topic in particular. So 2020 is a year where we are being called to open up our hearts more to love. It's a year of partnership. When I speak in these terms, I'm very intuitive, and I can pick up on the energy of what we're being called to as a society to really look at. And there's a lot of ego going on nowadays when it comes to love and relationships that is creating more separation and more harm than good. And this year is really here to rectify that, so that we can outsmart our ego and truly open up to love and really understand what we are facing right now. So I'm sure that you, for example, are feeling like, you know what, I really want to get close to somebody, and I'm done getting in the way of that. I'm done letting my fears around the opposite sex or the different energy like really get in the way of me truly being willing to not only receive that love but give it back. So that means that your heart wants this love, and it's important for you to listen. So the first sign and the first thing that you want to look out for when it comes to love, and for me this is really important, and finding the right one, is that you want to look for somebody that continuously works on their heart, on their connection with themselves, but also their connection with other people. This is important because the ego can hide under self-love too, quote unquote self-love. If your ego is only leading you towards loving yourself and separating yourself from others, yes, because some other people have hurt you, etc. But I want you to pay close attention to that. If your ego is leading you to the path of closing your heart to love, closing your heart to people, being distrustful of people to the point where you feel like you're only safe with yourself, that is a clear sign that your ego is getting in the way, okay? So as you're working on your on attracting the right one and loving yourself more, you want to pay close attention to that. When it comes to love and attracting the right one, you want to be not only a vibrational match, which is a very common and hip term, because it makes us feel like, oh, we're looking for law of attraction alignment. It's not. A lot of people, what they miss out on is that they're trying to access love or manifest love at a mental level, at a vibrational level only, without understanding that your biggest attraction center at a vibrational level is your heart, okay? So a lot of people are trying to keep themselves at a peak mind state to attract the one while shutting down their heart, which attracts more of the very thing that you fear, okay? That is a catch-22 that I see that is happening. So attracting the right one means vibrational match at every level in your being and in your heart is a big part of it. I was almost about to say it's the biggest part of it. Let me call it one of the bigger parts. In fact, I would even dare to say that if your heart is in the right alignment, right, and it holds a little more weight than just trying to repeat some affirmations in your mind. Your heart is your biggest attraction center, okay? So your heart, your vibrational alignment needs to be, when it comes to your heart, it needs to be, okay, yes, working on your self-love, meaning opening up the layers in your heart to healing, to transformation, to knowing that you're worthy, to looking out for conscious and really profound ways to learn how to love yourself more through your heart. And also, you want to be actively asking God, source, the universe, and how you can open up your heart to love others more too. Now, this is a very interesting thing, because when we start opening up the heart, we find ourselves facing and feeling a lot. Many women have been disconnected from their heart. Many men have been disconnected from their heart. And in regards to what it looks like, feelings, and how they feel about themselves, etc. There's been a lot of judgment that makes us close our heart. So you want to be open to transformation. You also want to be open. I recommend that you look for people that can help you, whether it's professionals in the field. I'm a love coach. I'm a transformational love coach. I work with spirituality, with scientific approach, to an emotional approach, to help you really bring it all together. What I'm inviting you to do is to be open for feedback from sources that you feel are going to help you be a healthier individual and that you feel safe with, on a whole spectrum, okay? So this is huge, because a lot of people, because of the fear of opening up their heart, they try to process all these things by themselves without really understanding what's at the in the core of their heart, their fears, maybe traumas, anxieties, etc. You want to go through a process where you're gentle with yourself and you also hold yourself accountable. This is not going to bring up more fear for you. This is actually going to liberate your heart, so your heart can experience more love. And there are ways in which you can do this that can be actually fun, fulfilling, uplifting for you. And you're going to finally kind of connect with yourself and be able to give more and more and more of your heart, and let yourself receive more love with confidence. So that is one of my first tips for you in regards to finding the one, okay? The gap that I'm seeing right now is that a lot of people, because their hearts are still in fear, their minds are still in fear, they're like, I gotta protect myself, I gotta love myself, while still creating separation. I like a Course in Miracles when it says, you know, the motto of the ego is seek but do not find. The ego wants to keep you separate from the very thing that you want, which is love, which is connectivity, which is warmth, okay? And opening up, because love is the thing that is the most real. So if you feel like something is making you egotistical about it, shutting yourself down, trying to seek power within love, the biggest quote unquote, not enemy, but you know what I'm saying? It's like we gotta look out for is our ego. It's what's creating anxiety. It's what's creating fears, what's creating separation. And it's not something that you just access and try to heal from your subconscious. Your biggest alignment to meet the one is healing, opening up your heart, learning how to strengthen your heart, and really opening up your channels for love through your heart, okay? So I hope that this video is really resonating for you. I invite you to continue watching this video until the very end, because I'm going to address the next point that is really essential here. When you just try to, and when it comes to attracting the one, when you just try to attract the one through your mind, to mental tactics, okay? What happens is that there's still fear. It's like you're clogging up your energy, your body, your whole aura, your whole body and field. You're clogging it up still with fear, okay? So here's what I want you to get. Fear clouds your judgment. It clouds your intuition. So what it makes you be, it's reactive, defensive, fearful even more, And when a person is fearful, it's like they can't even pick up what is good or right for them. Okay? So let's think about a puppy, for example, that's been hurt or it's been abused or something like that. And when that puppy has been in that state for quite a while, it cannot even open up in the moment to accept the caress of somebody else, okay? Or potentially a new owner, okay? So what happens is that cloudment of your judgment is what can have you, because we're not, like animals, the ego starts to kick in and build up all these stories that make quote unquote sense on a logical level. You got to test people, you got to see where where they're at, and makes you defensive. And it can even get in your head and make you want to control and try to figure out people, or to even settle in situations that are not good for you. That is why I always recommend help, because I know what it was like for me for many years, trying to understand all of this through my own. And when I, worked with the right person, with the right coach, I made amazing leaps and bounds. Why? Like in spans of months versus years, was because, I got tired to not trusting people. And I said, you know what? I'm going to use my intuition. I'm going to open up. I'm going to trust a dear friend. And I started working with that person. And I allowed myself to truly open up and start to trust and, really commit to opening up my heart. So I want you to really get here. Many women, or like women, I'm going to start with women. Many women tell me, Nicole, like, I don't know how I missed out on the signs. Many women lie to themselves, okay? They want love, but they secretly, deep in their hearts, have a fear of attracting the one, and if they can have it, etc. And because they do not address these fears and they try to avoid it alone, their defense mechanisms kick in and they get themselves involved in relationships where they're not with the right one, and it ends up in sabotage, and they're like wondering what happened. It's not an attack against who you are. It's just that you've had defense mechanisms for most of your life that started from the belief that you couldn't really have real love or the love that you wanted. And you started to cope and try to mix through the world, trying to find the best that you could. That's one example. That's not for everybody. But I'm bringing this up is because many women lie to themselves, okay? So I want you to see how fear can make you do fearful, controlling things. So doing this work, when you let yourself truly open up your heart and release those coping defensive mechanisms that are lying within you, you will be able to pick up with ease who is the right one for you, okay? You have to start being honest with yourself about what is going on, even if it's honesty of like, I don't even know where to start, or how would I know? You know what? I feel like I've made mistakes in the past. Maybe it's time for me to look out for research, helps of what I can do truly. And that can be your beginning stage. I just invite you to start opening up your energy and making sure that you are in the right vibrational alignment to meet the right one. I can mention too with men. A lot of men can, they have attracted women who've taken advantage of them. Women or people that have been fear, scarcity, energy, and they're doing manipulative things to get love, then a lot of men can grow cold, or they feel like women want to take advantage of their heart, and they start shutting down their natural, maybe generous side. And they're getting this cold image of women instead of actually learning how to discern those things. Men need to look at the ego things that make them cloud their judgment when it comes to choosing the right one, okay? So we want to really look at this, because fear, ego, in the many forms that it can show up, can get in the way of you meeting the right one. Now, let me know in the comment sections, what are you getting from this video? I will be going deeper in regards to this topic during the week. And I want to know, and in the next couple of weeks, I want to know from you, where do you feel like you're not getting it right? men and women, what kind of thoughts are you having about love? Making sure that your heart needs to be in the right place, okay? Your heart cannot just be about loving yourself or loving others. You want to hold yourself accountable to keep your heart open to both, to yourself and to others, and find the richness and the vastness within that. I cover this in my signature top program that I have for women right now, Goddess of Love, which is opening up really soon. And I'm also working with this with men privately as well, okay? To really help you be in alignment with the right person. We do and attract the right person, whether it could be in months or it could be in less than a year or a little bit more. A lot of my clients meet the right one months inside of the program. Now, some of them will tell you, they enjoy and they see the value in working with me, continue to work with me, because they understand that this work of their heart and getting to know themselves more and opening up to love and looking at their defense mechanisms, like the one can't come in because the universe wants to bring it to you. And once you start doing the right work, it's like an inner training and a reprogramming that really helps you sustain that love, right? And let it truly work for you for the long haul. So it is really exciting for me to do this work because I really do believe that people deserve to meet the one. Like, I grew up with parents who, unfortunately, they didn't have it within them. They had so much fear that they didn't let themselves truly love one another, and it was such a lack of love that I grew up with, that for me, I not only felt bad for my parents, but at the same time, when somebody told me, like, Nicole, we tend to repeat the same mistakes that your parents did, I was like, no way. And I took basically all of my life and all of my energy directing it into learning really the energy of love, holding myself accountable on both ends, because I know the importance of love. And for me, one of the things that my dad taught me, Nicole, if you need to do something, you just do it. So that's how I'm applying his philosophy and what he taught me. And it's so important because there's a lot of fear in holding yourself accountable when it comes to love. And look, I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly within me, and I'm grateful for it because I'm committed to healing it and becoming like a pure version of myself and opening myself up to love with no judgment whatsoever. So all my clients know that I do not judge you. Love is not judgment at all. So it's just, I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel supported. I want you to have clarity and a good space and focus, and you feel nourished and really held, supported. You have clarity of what's within your heart, both for men and for women, and that we can all just truly open up our hearts to love even more. So if you are curious about Goddess of Love and are working with me privately, you can set up, you can choose the link below for the assessment. It's a free assessment, and we can explore if it's in the right alignment for you. I would love to connect with you to truly support you. Love is so important. Please don't allow unconsciousness or fear or reservation about yourself or what you might find within your heart to stop you. I promise you, all that you will find within yourself is love. Even your defense mechanisms and everything that you find within you, it's a form of, love in a way. You're either needing like love, or it's inviting you to step into a bolder step, like a bolder energy of love. No judgment whatsoever. I want you to feel good about yourself. And the more we can cross these barriers of love, the more we will make it, okay? The more we will make it, and the more we will be part of just be more conscious and learning how to love and having the right boundaries within that love. It's just loving purely, because that's really going to enrich your life. All right, I'm looking forward to hear from you. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with your friends, and pay attention to the next videos that I'm going to do. So subscribe and let me know in the comment sections what you got from this video.